Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the Tamra Tamu Collective, where dreams have no filter. So, I want to dedicate this video to procrastination, okay? And I want to talk about it from another perspective, not the perspective that we have been programmed to view procrastination in. So we know procrastination has a negative connotation. Procrastination is not necessarily something that, or a label that someone else has given us, but oftentimes it's a label that we give to ourselves. So if we have, our vision, the things that we're working towards, that we are taking action on, inspired action, not just a laundry list of to-dos, but really taking inspired action toward the vision, the big vision that we have for ourselves. And then we have days where we feel that rest is in order. Rest could look like sitting on the couch. For some of us, rest could look like sitting with our eyes closed. Rest could be more hours of meditation. Rest could be spending more time outside. Rest could feel like just giving our minds a break from the work. Rest, in a nutshell, is that. It's giving our minds a break from the work. It's giving our bodies a break from the work. But because of programming, many of us call that procrastination. You hear this. How many times have we heard this from either other people, or we've said it to ourselves, whether it was out loud or from the internal conversation that we have with ourselves, because we all do it. How many times have we heard, "Oh, you just procrastinated today. You didn't do anything today. You're a procrastinator." How many times have we heard that, right? When really, I believe, let me pause here. From my perspective, when you do have an individual that is really procrastinating, they're putting off that one action that they know is going to move the needle in their life, in their business, whatever. And the reason why they're putting it off is because there's some internal conversation that looks like this. Well, if you do that, you may look stupid. Well, if you do that, you might lose money. Or if you do that, people are going to look at you crazy. Procrastination, in that sense, that is procrastination, because on the other side of that is some type of warning or some type of, well, if you do this, this could happen. It's fear. It's rooted in fear. But rest, when you're being guided to rest, there's no fear in that. As a matter of fact, when you do allow yourself to rest from the tasks, from the action, there's confidence in that. There's confidence in saying, I feel like I need to rest today. There's no urgency in that because you know that the vision is complete. That the only thing left for you to do is to embrace that knowing and to embrace that you're always guided. Not only are you guided to the inspired action, but you're also guided to rest. And what happens is because of programming, instead of us accepting the rest, we say, well, if I'm not doing, constantly doing, then I must be procrastinating. And that is not the case. That is not the case at all. So understand this. Not only is your intuition, your internal guiding system, your divinity, not only will it guide you to take inspired action, but it's also going to guide you to rest. And the tricky part about that is that your ego, that ego is going to get loud while you are resting your mind, while you're resting your body. That's not going to stop the ego from showing up saying, hey, just really loud and obnoxious. Hey, you should be doing this. You should be working. Or you shouldn't just be sitting here. There's work to be done. Well, you have to look at the energy behind that. You have to look at the energy in what the ego is throwing at you. To me, anytime there is a should after you should, then that's the time when you really have to examine, well, why should I? And where is that should coming from? And here's the other thing that we have to remember too is we're so used to doing things that we forget that just being, that is also productive too, because when we can just be, that gives us the space. It gives us the rest in our mind to connect more so with our divinity. Because that vision that you have, the highest vision, is going to require for you to do things differently. So if you're used to constantly doing laundry list of things to do, well, that vision, that higher vision, you're not going to be able to view things with the same perspective. You have to be willing to view how you take action, when you take action differently. And that comes from within, it comes from your intuition. And always know this. First, your programming is not going to suggest that you don't do anything. Programming is going to say, no, you need to be doing something at all times, filling up all of your time, being productive. But intuition is going to tell you, no, rest. That is productive. And also, if you can look at it like this. If you were in the middle of taking a certain action and you felt it was the right time to just take a break, whether it was a half day, a full days, 2 days, 3 days, doesn't matter. Time doesn't matter. Maybe, could it be that perhaps the way that you were going about that action, maybe you were getting off track, and that time of rest was your internal guiding system saying, okay, we're getting off track a little bit, let's recalibrate. Look at it like that. So I just wanted to drop that little tidbit about procrastination, looking at it as not procrastination, looking at not taking action as a form of rest and recalibration. So don't forget to like this video. If you have not subscribed, please subscribe. Thank you for those that have been here that have subscribed. I appreciate you. And so until next time, cheers.